if you look at my portfolio over 9 years. Not some of my returns, all of my returns have come from the ones run by women or owned by women.
If you haven't seen the movie Hidden Figures, I absolutely loved this movie because what it made me realize is that back in the 1960s, when everybody was trying to figure out how to send the astronauts to the moon and get them back, no one could figure it out, but Dorothy Vaughan did. And it was because of this Black woman that we now have the ability for Elon Musk to launch his rockets and his satellites into space, that we can actually do the things that we're doing today, all because of a woman in the 1960s who probably nobody wanted to initially listen to, stood up and said, this is how we need to do it. And that's why we have Women's in History Month, because the more that we apply and listen to women, the more innovations that we're going to see. And giving women a seat at the table isn't enough anymore. We need to give women the seat in front of the table, leading the table, because I think that is how we're going to start to see the innovations and the things that need to happen in our country and in our world. So
goals that are met on a quarterly basis in revenue on the companies run by women, they achieve those goals 90% of the time versus 65% of the time on the ones that I own run by men. Perhaps that's why these women-led companies are doing a better job, setting goals that are achievable and allocating time skills or time management in a much more effective way.
So Women's History Month, to me, it's not just another one of those, oh, let's celebrate women. Let's realize that the actual contributions that women have made and how they have changed our world. From Marie Curie to Dorothy, all of the things that we have today, even how we have Wi-Fi, is because a woman invented it. The reason that people have saws to be cut in sawmills is because a woman invented it off of her spinning wheel. These are all some of the innovations that we just take for granted and no one even realizes or celebrates the fact that it came from a woman. So that's what Women's in History Month means to me. I'm a pretty well-accomplished person. I've written a best-selling book. I coach at Harvard Business School, but I can't tell you how many times I've walked into a room and had to repeat myself so many times to the point of frustration.
Now get this straight, it's not just infuriating because I have to repeat myself 5 times, but it's infuriating to me as to how inefficient this is when we talk about business growth and sales growth, that you're discounting, because of your own biases, 50% of the population. Population of people who have to work 10 times as hard to get to the same positions and be paid less for it. 10 times as hard to work for those positions because we can't afford to make a single mistake. We're not forgiven those things. This is what's infuriating. Is that we talk about the need for innovation, we talk about the need for growth and top talent, yet we're ignoring half of the opportunities.
How much time are we wasting because we're not listening to women until a man repeats the same thing?
Come on.
It still happens to me today, and it still me off to no end today, because it doesn't matter how much it is that I've accomplished or what I'm able or capable of doing. Simply the fact that I'm a woman automatically discounts the voice. And it doesn't just men that do it, women do it to other women as well.
Ugh.
So this is absolutely a dynamic that we need to change, because the world will be a better place the more we listen to women. All right. So it's not just women in business and leadership that have greater returns and more success than men, but women in sales do as well.
Oh, and by the way, the number of salespeople who made their quota last year in 2024, 69%. So obviously there's a problem to solve here.
Specifically, if you were to look at Lori Richardson's books, She Sells, you would find that women on average have higher win rates and are better quota attainers than their male counterparts. And they're effective sellers because they're asking good, tough questions and listening empathetically. And because of that, they're helping buyers to change the way that they think about things, adding more value to the conversations. Yet when you look at how women are getting paid, they're getting paid at 77% of what a man makes. This is insane. It's infuriating. And not only that, in 2008, a data analysis was done of women versus sales in the database that we use for a specific sales performance. Over 2.5 million people are in this database right now. But back in 2008, they did an analysis to ask and answer the question, are men really better at sales than women? And unsurprisingly, the data shows that in their sales DNA, or sales mindsets that I call it, women have 3 times stronger DNA elements than men do, which is what supports them in asking those really great questions. Not only that, women are better hunters. They're more specific and strategic about it. And so they're willing to show up and put in the work to get the leads that are coming in. Look, I don't think any of us can deny that we are in unprecedented times right now and that we are in desperate need for innovation and positive growth. But the fact remains is that if you're looking at the next thing that you need to do, I want you to ask yourself this question. As you're looking to hope to see what's around the corner for you next in your business and in your career, I want you to ask yourself, do I have the best people, absolutely the best people in the role at my side and working with me to get there? And if you can't answer a positive yes to that after hearing everything I just ranted about, then you might want to think about what biases do you have that aren't allowing you to see that and are stunting your growth.